Hello everybody, I'm Yolanda, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do another WIP and Chat. So grab out whatever it is that is your work in progress, aka WIP. And yeah, let's have a ramble, shall we? This week has been kinda busy, kinda uneventful still, but yeah, let's talk about it. So the WIP I'm working on today is still my hot air balloons from the store here in the Netherlands called Action. Quality, as per usual, is meh. And I do need to change out my wax, so I was already expecting that, but oh well. Okay, that's that one. I am going to grab just some regular, this time white wax. But yeah, that's just what I have in my tray at the moment. Come on. Shove it in, make the edge flat, and that's it. Not much to it. Easy as can be. Yeah, a lot of people say like, don't use tweezers for your pen. Well, I always use it and I don't have issues with it, so do whatever you want to do. Don't pay too much attention to others. Yeah, I am one of like, I enjoy my own stuff. I'll do it however I see fit. Obviously, I still want other people's opinions or like things they want to know or suggestions or anything. But in the end, I'll try to do as much as I do it myself. Because yeah, you're just along for the ride with me enjoying the craft. So yeah, I think that's the main thing for crafts. Do enjoy what you enjoy. And for the rest, basically, yeah. The other people can just fly off. Obviously there is a difference, like don't care about somebody's opinion and just do whatever you want with somebody's opinion. Because obviously I really do like your opinions, otherwise I wouldn't ask for stuff. But in the end I will do it the way I would like to do it. But still, opinions are nice, so I know like general thoughts about stuff, what people think about stuff. Like if you all don't want to see a certain type of image, for example, yes, maybe I will do that whenever I feel like it, but it wouldn't be like a thing I would constantly do. To keep a little bit of a balance in stuff like I want to do and stuff you want to see. So yeah, that's that soapbox. And my 5 cents on the matter. But yeah, to be quite honest, yeah, I really like your opinions. Yes, I really love your suggestions. I have bought stuff from companies before because people suggested it. I wanted to see stuff from it. Obviously, I will see what I can do, but in the end, yeah, I also need to do what I also enjoy. There's a difference between doing every now and then something I'm like, yeah, a little bit like mixed feelings about, but when I, for example, like absolutely hate an image, I will not do it. Simple. I hope you can understand that. If not, well, sorry. But yeah, I think it's like an important thing for the craft, whether you craft for yourself, for somebody else, or if you share it with somebody or not. I think in the end it's important to also keep in mind that you craft to relax and do stuff for yourself. I am saying that I don't do images I dislike. I am lying about that because I once did a Slytherin crest from Diamond Art Club for my cousin. I disliked the image because I have nothing to do with Harry Potter. But it was for a cousin of mine and he loved it, so yeah. Okay. If I have a purpose for it, I will still do it. But it was so much color blocking, and I really dislike color blocking. Maybe I'll do like a really color blocking heavy image just for me to like challenge myself, but yeah. Oh well. So box, get off it. Yeah. But first off, like, before I get into anything else, how was your week? I hope you had a good time, had some fun crafty time. I had like a mixed crafty week this week. I also did like a lot of organizing this week. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. I think like I have organized more past week than I did in the past year. Off to a great start for this year. I am starting with a big spring cleaning in the winter. But hey, who says that you can only clean out your stuff in spring for spring cleaning? Excuse me. Like, I haven't coughed all day and now I start like figures. Yeah, I have been organizing a lot. I have been organizing a lot in the basement, so we get a little bit more space there. I thankfully sold one of the old toys from the kids again, so I have a lot of space because the thing I had was really big. It took up like a big storage bin and also a part loose next to it, and it was a whole lot of something. But at least it's gone now, so thankfully it's not in the way anymore. Still, I have a lot more to sell, but bit by bit we get rid of it. Yeah, it's not that the kids don't have enough stuff that they need. And yeah, it's not that I can't use the money for it. Because yeah, these kids are expensive. They grow like weeds. They constantly want new toys. Well, not that I get constantly new toys. By coincidence, our son, not past Friday, but a Friday before, I don't think I said it in last week's WIP and Chat, but by coincidence, our kids both got something new 2 weeks ago then. But that was because our daughter got for Sinterklaas some makeup. And later on I was thinking like, it might not be the easiest thing for her to do, that when she starts like playing with makeup, that she needs to do it on herself. Excuse me. So we're later on thinking like, maybe we can better grab one of these like makeup dolls. Just for the fact that, yeah, she can practice something and not poke her own eyes out. Because, yeah, she'll need those. So yeah, we ended up grabbing one. It was like okay in price. And we ended up getting another Paw Patrol car for our son as well. Because he absolutely loves Paw Patrol. So yeah, he got himself a new car, so they both had something new. Because it was a little extra for our daughter. We're like, yeah, we can't constantly do like one thing for one and nothing for the other, especially since it was not like a €1 toy, because then I'm like, yeah, this time you get something, that next time you get something, fine by me. But yeah, this was still not like a really expensive, it was still underneath €20, but yeah, it's not cheap. Tweet. Cheap. It was almost a birdie. Yeah, so they got something then, but yes, at the same time, toys are kind of expensive. And my kids don't always play as nice with them. I don't know if you have small kids, if they are the same, like that you're like, seriously, can you play a little bit more nicely with your stuff? I don't want to have everything broken before you even have it for a full week. Because, yeesh. Especially your son, he's like a wrecking ball with stuff. Like, seriously. Oh, I really have a feeling that I'm coming down with a cough or something. Great. Let's add that to the list. But yeah, so I was glad that I had at least some stuff moved. I also on Friday started with, again, like organizing a little bit more of the basement, because we have a lot of stuff like in containers, like sorted out at certain stuff, but still like, okay, I need to figure it out in a different way so I can put something else in that specific storage system because I need it for another reason or I don't know what. So yeah, it's a whole lot of something. Organizing, keep finding new ways to do it. Okay, I'm going to close the curtains, rolling curtains, whatever you want to call them, up front. So I'll be back in a few seconds. Hold that thought. And I'm back, so that's better. When I started filming, it was really gloomy, but now the sun is starting to come out. So yeah, then it's kind of bright. Yeah, we have the window like situated at such a point that like half of the day, like at least in like spring and fall, the sun either reflects on stuff right into my face where I'm sitting, or it's just right in the window where it's just way too bright, which also doesn't help. It's also not the easiest when I'm filming during the day, because like when the sun is out, it's like way too bright actually at sometimes. And when in typical Dutch fashion, it's like getting gloomy again, which can change in like 2 seconds. Yeah, then it's way too dark, so it doesn't really help. Thankfully, my camera really is pretty good at that and picks up like the loss in brightness and brightens it up a bit, but yeesh. At times it's just really, really annoying. Yeah, so what I did in like organizing wise, I started on Friday with organizing my leftover drills again. Or well, I can better say dumping them out again. Well, not again, I didn't do that before. But first I had 4 different like baskets, I almost want to call them, like these really big things. I had one from like good companies for round, good companies for square. I had, well, one for each, so that were 2. And then I had one for like basically like dump drills that I'm like, I can use them for like in resin or anything, or maybe doing something fun with it whenever I think of it. But at least for like using it for whenever. But yeah, in the end, I didn't use it. So I dumped out all of my round drills I had into a big plastic container. I ended up having a 8.5 liters container, so it is kind of a big one. And I had it like 3/4 of the way filled. I ended up also putting in the like leftover A-brand companies, to call it like that, like Diamond Art Club, Dreamer Designs, Diamond Art Studio UK, and stuff like that. Because I was like, I am not planning on using those leftovers again for a cross-stitch conversion or anything. Because yes, it was fun to do, but that was a one-time thing. If I will be doing one again, it will be square, so those I kept. But the rounds I was like, yeah, to be honest, like I'm not planning on using them, so I'm like, why should I constantly keep separating everything, like making sure I have like everything sorted out by DMC number and everything. Still, it has like all different die lots, so that is still together because I am not fussing about that. And yeah, worrying about that because, to be quite honest, I have no use for them. And if I have, for example, from Diamond Art Club, a drill that I don't have the color of, well, enough of the color off, I'm just simply going to contact them and tell them I've run out. Which for now is just one time that it happened in the, well, 4 years I got from the A brands, to call it like that, like the good company brands. And I've had it like happen 1 or twice with like AliExpress or something. So I'm like, it's not that it happens so often that I really need to have some left over. So I'm just not going to fuss with it. It's way more annoying to keep fussing with it than, yeah, to be just like, if I, for example, have something from a D-stash and I don't have enough, be like, oh well, next time I have that color, I need to make sure that I keep it aside. So yeah, I'm not going to fuss with them again. So as I said, I dumped everything out from rounds in one container. And then afterwards, I also dumped out all the squares from also like the non-brands, to call it like that. So also like things that don't have DMC or anything. And I'm like, yeah, there's no use in keeping them if I can't even, yeah, find out what drills they are. So I'm just going to make it easy on myself and just dump everything out. I started with the same size container for squares. Yeah, I didn't have enough for the squares in that container, so I ended up, quote unquote, upgrading it to a 12.5 liters container. And that's a long way full. I'll try to see if I can have an image here somewhere of like the 2 bins like full. I'll do try to remember to put in the image, but yeah, I'm a bit at a filming marathon / editing marathon at the moment because I have a lot of stuff I want to film. So I am a little bit more ahead again because I really love it if I have some videos like done and ready to go up for like the next weeks. Told you this before, that's like one of the reasons that I just do one quote unquote special video a week, just so I have like a little peace of mind. For example, yesterday I filmed the video that went up yesterday. And yesterday for me is my sorry. Okay, I'm going to drink for a little bit. My throat is really annoying me. Hold on. Okay, that's better. What was I saying? Brain thoughts. It left the station. Think. Are you kidding me? I can't even think of what I was saying. Hold on. I remember again. I was like, I'm not going to keep quiet like for 10 minutes in case I don't think about whatever. So yeah, to avoid some silence, or at least even more silence, I thought like just pause. But I was saying like a filming marathon. So I am filming on Tuesday morning today. This is like my preferred day. So if I don't get around to editing it directly, I don't get in problems with like having it uploaded for tomorrow. Every now and then it will be happening that I'm filming like Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday morning, but I really love to have everything set up in advance, so it saves me the fuss to make sure that I need to have everything done soon. So as I was saying, like the video I uploaded, well, for me yesterday, if you watch this video directly when it goes up, or at least in the same like few days, it was the video of the mini pastry set I did a review on the past week. Well, past Monday, so yesterday for me. I filmed that one yesterday morning or afternoon. Yesterday. Let's call it like that. Yeah, yesterday morning it was. I ended up doing other stuff like, again, organizing in the afternoon because I expected a package. And yeah, I don't want to be filming when I am expecting a package because that's just hell of annoying to keep looking outside the window like if the delivery van is there, because sometimes here they are like gone within like 10 seconds almost. So yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. Annoyingly, I will be having a package come in today, which I will be needing to unbox. So that will be somewhere in the future. But that will have a big chance of being delivered when I'm at school to pick up the kids. So I don't like that, but oh well. At least it gives me filming time. But yeah, so as I was saying, like I am trying to do multiple videos in advance. So I filmed 2 yesterday. The one I needed to upload like the same day because I try not to film during the evening. Like, yeah, time lapses, but not like me talking or something. So I don't need to kick my husband upstairs. He's so sweet. He always goes upstairs because, yeah, we both think it's awkward if I film with him in the same room. Also, like, he then feels that he needs to be extra quiet and everything. And, yeah. He just is like, okay, I'm just going to go upstairs. He already told me to do that, like, when I started my channel, like, 4.5 years ago. So it was like, yeah, that way you're not sitting around with like the kids or anything. And so I could just, because at that point in time the kids weren't going to school. When I started my channel, our son was hardly born. He was, I believe, like 3 months old when I like started my first video. So in the first videos, he was asleep in the living room. So every now and then you can hear him fuss in the background. But yeah, at a certain point, I went over to filming in the evening. Then when our daughter went to school, our son still did nap for a few weeks / months. So I was able to film during the day, which I do need to say I like that very much. Because the lighting is most of the times better because, yeah, I have an overhead light like in my living room where I film like unboxings, reviews and stuff. And if that light is on, I will have a big shadow, like almost like in the middle of the table when I have my ring light up. If I put the lighting on itself, it also doesn't help. So it is a little bit of a pain. I'll try to do as much like during the day. Every now and then I just, yeah, can't help it. So then I'll just move the husband upstairs. But yeah, it always is like, let me know if I need to go, fine by me. Every now and then he has like a game that he plays with like sound or anything. I do need to say, hey, didn't do that for a long time with wall sound, like with a microphone or anything, like with friends or co-workers or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not going to interfere in that. So I let him choose, like, do you want me to go upstairs? Or like, oh, well, just put in the headphones and it's fine by me. So I have moved upstairs for him sometime as well. So yeah, we're doing that for each other. So yeah, I have already told it, like, I think by now it's like almost 2 years ago, that like maybe in the future he will be in a video. I have a plan for it, but it's like depending on if we're like it's too awkward and quote unquote being nervous, and I get extra rambly when I'm nervous. Nowadays with like videos like WIP and Chat, I most of the time stick to around, give or take, 15 minutes. Yeah, when I'm nervous, those 15 minutes easily get 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So yeah. But yeah, I have a certain video idea where he needs to be involved in one way or another. I already at that point asked you like, hey, do you have questions for my husband? But yeah, I don't know if any of you want to know those answers anymore, because yeah, a lot happened. A lot of viewers from then don't watch my videos anymore, or just, yeah, don't watch at all. But yeah, by the time that I am actually planning on doing that video, I might need to look up like what the questions were again. I don't think that I did already know like the answers to it, but yeah, we'll see. I have a feeling that Lucia will be in the background playing. There she goes. So if you hear some noise, that's the cat playing with a, yeah, cat toy mouse thing. As long as she doesn't knock over my filming arm, because it's already standing at the living room for the, yeah, living room table. I was thinking like, no, that's not the correct name, but it is. But yeah, because I am still needing to film some other videos. As I said, there is something coming in the afternoon if everything goes all right. So that will be filmed probably tomorrow or Thursday. And yeah, I'm keeping myself busy, but at least that makes also sure that I don't need to stress out about videos for the upcoming weeks, which I also think is nice also because like I am getting a little bit low on the amount of time-lapse videos I have at the moment. So I really am like, I don't need to get sick now, because then I have a problem. Also because I'm feeling off and off for the past couple of weeks. I've had multiple days that I'm like either just way too tired, way too headachy. Yesterday I was feeling so terrible that I was like, I was cold for the entire evening. So I was kind of quickly like, okay, I'm not going to fuss with this. I'm going to lay in bed. Grab a second blanket, or duvet, or however you want to call it. Grabbed a warm water bottle. And yeah, nicely comfy. Got in my pajamas. Well, not really pajamas. They are basically like a tank top, jogging pants, and a vest. When I go to bed to sleep, then I'll change the jogging pants for like the shortama pants, like the shorts, pajama shorts thingies. Here they call them shortama, no clue why. Probably like short pajama or something. But so that like, that's way warm enough normally in the evening for me to sleep in, or all at night. But especially in the winter, in having like a pajama shorts in the evening for my legs, that's a little bit cold. So that way I have both options. But yeah, I was still in like the long pants and everything, and I was still freezing for most of the time. But just before I went to go to actually sleep, I got it warm, and I at that point needed to halfway stick out from underneath my blanket, even though I already pulled off the second one, because I was like, yeah, otherwise my husband will be sweating, like floating throughout the bed because he's so warm. So like, I'm not going to do that to him. But then at that point, I got it so terribly warm that I couldn't cool down. So I was like, great. So for now, it's okay-ish, I guess. But yeah, we'll see how everything goes. Also started some test batching again for like my ideas for the thank yous for the teachers. I ordered some stuff from AliExpress, which came in yesterday, at least the first part. So I can make the coasters for the teachers. I do need to figure out some ideas, because the coasters are more for like the interns. One of them was a builder beforehand, so I bought some like miniatures of like tools and stuff. So those will go in there. I'm thinking about for one way or the other, like putting the names in there, but I'm not entirely sure on how. So yeah, I have enough ideas to go through. But yeah, I wanted to make a like base plate for something for the class for our daughter. And I decided to already test out the base color and what glitter I wanted to use for it, because I used dark blue and black as like base colors. My husband was like, it might be nice to have some glitter in it, but yeah, we're like, don't want to have like in your face glitter, but I also don't want it to like blend in too much. So I tested out a couple of colors that I had, like, okay, what is the best glitter for this? And I'm ending up like, decided to end up like do, whenever I have some clear resin left from project I'm working on, I will bit by bit start to also have like stuff, well, resin colored in like dark and light, maybe even transparent, so I can have like an example of like how certain glitters look with like dark or light colors. So like, do they blend in too much or not? So at least I have like an idea, because I had black glitter with the dark blue, and the dark blue almost became black because glitter sinks to the bottom, which is like the top of whatever you're making, because it's upside down 99% of the time. So that was a little bit annoying. But yeah, that's why I always try to start in time, because I need it in like the beginning of July, I believe. So yeah, if I need to make something for 8 teachers, I do need to start in time. So yeah, now thankfully I can now start bit by bit. So I might pull out like one day in the weekend where I'm like, in the morning I will be doing some resin work or something. And yeah, that's a thing that I need to figure out, because certain stuff will probably need to go in like our pressure chamber. And the compressor we have for that, to put it on like pressure, is loud. So I can't do that in the evening. So probably I will be doing that in the morning, or at least one day in the weekend, and have my husband explain like how he does that, because up till now I have not worked that thing myself. So yeah, oh well, we'll get there eventually. But yeah, I cleaned out a lot of space from like the table that I normally work on with my resin works. So hopefully that saves me a lot of space, so I can do more at the same time. Even though like whatever needs to go into the pressure chamber, I don't have too terribly much space for, so I need to figure out how to do that and everything. But oh well, we'll get there, we'll get there. Yeah, for the rest, our kids had a fun day at school on Friday, because in the morning our son does not go to school on Friday, so he was nicely playing back at home. He played terribly sweet. I wanted to just enjoy my breakfast, so I was like, you know what? You can just go play with your trains. Or well, he asked to play with his trains. I was like, yeah, sure, do that. But then our robot vacuum started. It was like, the vacuum starting, I can't play. I was like, you know what? Put it in the back in the storage thing for now. And I will bring it to you in a second, because I was doing laundry in the basement when he came, like, hey, help. Just like, do it in there. And you go upstairs, and then I'll bring you it in like a few minutes when I have put the laundry in the washing machine and turned it on. So he was on his way upstairs. I brought his train set to him. And he was nicely playing there for like most of the morning. He was at a certain point, he asked like if he could come downstairs. I was like, yeah, sure, you do need to clean up your stuff first then. But you can. I really would enjoy it though if you would just nicely play along so mommy can do some work. Because, yeah, I started organizing everything. At a certain point, I started organizing like throwing all the drills in the bin. That took me like most of the day, actually. So, yeah. I think that says something about the amount of drills. Ended up like during Saturday and Sunday and doing the rest, but oh well. But yeah, so he played really sweetly. At a certain point, he was like, if it was okay if he came downstairs and he wanted to watch television, I was like, yeah, sure, fine. After that, he wanted to play with his Paw Patrol cars, and I was like, yeah, sure. He asked if I could let it on the floor, so when our daughter got home, he could play then. Well, our daughter wanted to play upstairs, which I also like because on Friday, I like to eat by myself because my husband isn't at home on Friday at lunch, and both the kids are. And at times it's kind of annoying because one eats pretty slow and the other eats pretty fast, but it always times out that I'm constantly like making somebody's lunch. I really need to start letting them do their bread themselves, but yeah, it's a little bit annoying when I have the kids like on the opposite side of the table. So it's not that I can like help them really easily. So that's also annoying. Oh well. Yeah, so he played really sweet. I did my usual cleaning. Afterwards, as I said multiple times, I started like throwing the drills out. And yeah, they played really sweetly. Afterwards, we got and picked up our daughter / his sister from school. That was good. Let's think. Yeah, they wanted to play upstairs, so I was like, yeah, fine by me. A bit later, husband got home because he has the afternoon off on Friday. And yeah, at first we're like, yeah, the kids are playing so nicely, let's not do anything. And then we're at the same time like, yeah, but if we don't do anything outside of the house whenever the kids are playing sweetly together, we can't leave the house at all. So like, you know what, clean up the stuff in such a point that you can be able to walk in and out the door and close the door. They needed to wear their regular pants because it was a pajama day at school. So yeah, we're like, you can stay in your pajama the entire day, fine by me. Our son was also asking like, can I do that as well? I was like, you know what, you only need to go out for like picking up your sister, so you know what, we're just going to do it. And yeah, ended up like when we went outside the door, we're like, you know what, just put on some regular pants and we can go. Wait up. No, we didn't leave on Friday. We just let them play. We ended up going on Saturday morning. And yeah, I got myself some new diamond painting stuff. Which we'll be seeing like in a couple of weeks whenever it goes up. Because it's like a new short haul. So yeah, the kids have been playing nicely. They have been coloring a lot lately. You have a few coloring books and like the activity books where they like have like these labyrinths and everything. They love them. It's like a big thing for them. So they did that. Okay. Was needing to check like how long I'm filming by now. But yeah, we ended up not going on Friday because we were remembering, and that's what I remember now, that like in the evening they had a movie night at school. So they needed to be in school again at 5:30. We needed to have eaten before and everything. So yeah, we just nicely stayed inside for most of the day. But yeah, they really enjoyed it. Our daughter loved it that she could go to school like in her pajamas. They had that like the first year also. I don't know if they had it last year too, but yeah, she loved it. They ended up going in their pajamas to school as well, like most kids did. They both went to Paw Patrol the Mighty movie. Not that I haven't seen it before, because hell, we even have it on DVD. But yeah, the kids wanted to see that, so I'm like, yeah, you know what? At least you know the movie. At least, especially our daughter is not going to scream the entire classroom together. So yeah. But they were a little bit, especially our daughter, a little bit overstimulated by the end when I picked them up, because my husband had his D&D the same night, so I needed to pick them up alone, which I'm perfectly capable of, don't get me wrong. But yeah, they directly started to get on my skin with like not listening, like walking like a few centimeters behind behind someone. I'm like, do please keep some space. And then afterwards, when we were walking a little bit further, they were just starting to run off. And I was like, oh, I'm so done with it for today. When we're home, you're going directly to bed. Now, obviously, they were fussing about that. And yeah. Okay, granted, by the time we got home, it was like 8:15. And their normal bedtime in the weekend, or at least when they have off the day after, is 8 o'clock. So it's not that they weren't had a decent bedtime. It's not that it was 7 o'clock or something. So yeah, afterwards, what did I do? Oh yeah, I filmed the last of the shorts of the, what's the name? The pastry mini set. So I did that. Just had basically a relaxing time myself. I am kind of lucky because for the D&D group my husband plays with, had like a little bit of a moving around in like the dates. So they had past Friday and again this Saturday. So I have a nice evening of quietness again this Saturday. Woohoo! Not that I don't like my husband being at home, don't get me wrong. But it's also nice to just have the at least living room to yourself. Because yeah, the kids are still at home. I do need to put them in bed by myself. Again, not that I'm not capable of it, but it still needs to happen. And most of the times they go to bed without too much of a fuss. So. But yeah, it's nice. Let's see, what else did I write down to do? Yeah, I just have 2 more things, because as I have been telling you last week, our daughter's swimming lesson were not going according to plan, let's call it like that. So she had her last swimming lesson last week. Only bright side for me is I don't need to sit in that terribly hot swimming hall again today. Because, the place where she went was, for her, way too cold because the water is freezing there. But at the same time, like the area where the parents need to wait, that's way too warm. So yeah, for me at least, that was a good thing, because last week, again, like my son was in my lab because he wanted to be on my phone to like play around a little bit, and he wanted to sit with me because we had some space still at the table, but he wanted to be on my lap. So like I could help him if he got stuck with like moving stuff around or anything. So I was like, yeah, fine. But he was warm. He is like a walking stove anyway. He hardly wears sweaters. He most of the times wears just long sleeves. And yeah, not that it's so terribly cold here. It's now around freezing point. So it is still cold, but it's not like too terribly cold. It's not like minus 10 degrees Celsius or something. No clue what that is in Fahrenheit, because, yeah, I'm not good with that, but... But yeah, so thankfully that ended up going pretty okay. The teacher was already saying, like, she tried at least something while swimming on her back again, even though we know she can do it because she's done it before, but yeah. So he was like, if I had her all by myself, no worries, I would have been able to work with her. But sadly, they don't do like private swimming lessons there. So it's like, yeah, better look for a place that is like more like private swimming or like really small groups. So I looked into that. I called on Tuesday for like the company they recommended to us earlier. Sadly, they were not available on Tuesday, so I needed to call them back on Wednesday. They didn't give like regular swimming lessons to kids themselves, but they had two swim schools that are like are using their pool. So I ended up looking around for those. One of them was basically still a regular swimming school, and the earliest she would get in there was November of this year. So it was like, could even be like July if I chose the other pool that they rent off. So that was not nice. And the other one, we couldn't find anything at all. But the good thing is that they have like specialized groups, specialized teachers. They especially work also with like blind kids, deaf kids, kids with autism, or like they called it like the autism spectrum. So basically like call it neurodivergent, or as Katie from Diamonds and Washi would tell, neurospicy. Which I always think is fun, because yeah, it's just not the same way like calling it spicy. It sounds way more fun. But yeah, so they had like then the neurospicy kids, and they also have like kids with behavioral issues. So we're like, yeah, in either of those groups, like either neurospicy or behavioral, she will fit in. So yeah, we really need to like straighten out our thoughts, like what is the things we really want to know, and like set up an email and send it, and hopefully they get back quick and quickly have a spot for her. Because yeah, she really loved to swim, so yeah, we're going to need to see that. Yeah, for the rest, like with all my organizing, I also did some like quote unquote leftover cleanup. Ooh, I have a drill that I missed. Wrong jar. Yeah, I'm not opening up another color because I'm already almost done for the day. Where was it? There. Yeah, so with all the organizing and stuff, I also did like my long overdue little chores. I also made a new cord for like the bathroom downstairs, because we first had like a regular like plastic, basically a plastic stick on our light, because it's one of those pool lights, but the kids were too small to reach that. So I ended up making one of like these nodding things, like macrame, I believe is also like a word. But I do know, like, when I was growing up, way back when the dinosaurs were alive. No, just kidding. I'm not that old. No, it's like, when was it when I did that most? Like 20 years ago or something? 20 to 50, 25, something in that direction. Giving away my age now. No, it's like when I was around 10 years of age. So around that time, that was like really popular. These like, we call them Scooby-Doo ropes. These were like long, plastic, thin, hollow, kind of rope-like things that you can knot in certain ways and make like animals, or just like a long piece of plastic you can connect more of them. So yeah, and that I made for the kids so they have something to pull on that I can make long enough for them to be able to pull on. So I did that the past week. So it was in the weekend like, okay, I really need to finish that because the kids were not able to turn on the light of the bathroom downstairs for like 2 weeks already. So it was like, yeah, okay, now I really need to do that. As I said, I had cleaned out a little bit more of the table where I have my resin work and all of these like small, tiny, annoying little things that we still need to do but never got around to it. So yeah, I was able to do that. Yay! Yeah. Needing to go ahead and do even more of those like annoying little jobs. I almost want to call them. They're worse than cleaning. And I'm not like a really like maid-like person. I'm not cleaning the entire day, obviously. Otherwise I would not be diamond painting right now. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at this. I think the video is long enough by now. Yes, I'm again at 51 minutes. So yeah, this is, I think, the usual point of time where I am done with rambling. So I think that will be my most standard time, like 15 minutes, give or take. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. Also depending on do I do another theme, like a Dutch themed video or not. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at this. As I said, have still some things that I need to film. So I'm going to do that. And yeah, I'm just going to go. Is there anything you want to ask me, tell me, give your opinion on? Do that please in the comment section below this video. And I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. As always, have a wonderful rest of your day, night, week. If you enjoyed the video, you know the drill. Like, subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, as I said, see you in the next video. Bye!